What's up, Samurai? We are back in more and today we're going to be covering the event, which is going to end up being Spring Fling. Very similar to last year. Some parts of it are quite annoying, as we'll touch upon in today's video. I'm sorry that this is so late, okay? I basically have spent like 5 to 8 hours working on my Nintendo World video, and it's almost done. It should be able to go out this week, so yay me. Anyways, basically this event is going to end up giving us a bunch of bee themed items, which is pretty cool. Why does it say I won something? I don't know. So let me just get the start of the event for you guys. But before we get into that, I just gotta let you know that you should hit the like button. It helps me out very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the first objective is going to be Spring Flingers. So when you buy these from this guy, I shouldn't have bought more, but whatever, they're cheap. He just wants you to throw 10 of these on the ground. They're essentially going to end up being the same as a bomb, so they just explode right then and there. You're gonna have to buy a lot of additional ones, but we'll get into that. So once you end up throwing down 10 of them, you'll get 10 crystallized cores, and then you have to defeat waspiders in Medieval Highlands or permafrost. So let me find one of these enemies for you. There we go. So the way that the spawning works for events is based on chunks. So we got lucky and we got a chunk that spawns this guy, which means that there's going to be quite a few of them in this area. But the only way that we can end up defeating them, you'll notice that they have a barrier. We have to throw down a spring fling, get them to be stung by our bee, which doesn't seem like it carries damage over from one bee to another. Oh, it does. Okay, never mind. So it just wasn't working for me yesterday, maybe because it was too laggy. So you don't have to use a spring fling every single time, but at the very least, you do gotta get your bee to sting them. You have to defeat 10 of them, and then you will get 10 Bound Brilliance. The next part of the event is to fill beehives with bees. Now, beehives are the worst part of this event because they're pretty hard to come by, okay? So I'm gonna just end up inserting some footage of what the beehives look like, but they're going to end up being in the Fey biome, and when you find them, you are going to fling one of your spring flowers at them, and then that is going to end up activating the beehive, and then you've completed the objective. That's it. Now, when you're doing that, every beehive that you end up activating is going to end up having a chance of dropping a new mount, new ally, so on and so forth. There's a couple different styles, as you can see, the hat style I'm rocking and the ally that I'm rocking. But unfortunately, they're very, very rare, like the beehives themselves, and it seems like they're not shared with other people. So if me and Cryo Tempest over here, if he ended up activating the beehive, I would not be able to. So first come, first serve, which is stupid. I always disagree with those decisions because it's an MMO game. Like, come on, we want a co-op. Anyways, by doing that to 15 beehives, you'll end up getting 3 Trovian loops. Don't worry, you'll have to find more beehives later. And there's a couple, again, a couple different allies and stuff that you can get out of it that I'll show you in a minute. But the next objective is to defeat 1-star dungeons for Cubesley. You gotta defeat 15 1-star dungeons. Super duper easy if you're, you know, like Shadow Hunter and stuff, because you can just go into a novice world, especially on PC, because you can see where the dungeon objective is and you just shoot in, bang, the dungeon's done, move on. So complete 15 of them, and then you get 3 gold builders focus, which the focus is basically the gem augmentation item. So getting 3 gold ones is pretty dang good. The next objective is to collect an item from a beehive. Now, this is where things get really annoying because chances are, out of those 15 beehives that you ended up completing earlier, you probably already ended up getting your hands on one of the allies or one of the items, right? Well, now you have to do it again. You basically gotta end up getting one of the rare drops out of them. However, I've heard reports from some people that you can actually just grab the mount from the cash shop, or sorry, not cash shop, the player shop, because they are going to end up being tradable. So the always bouncing, yeah, that's the one that you can end up getting as a rare drop. And as far as I know, if you just buy this off the player market, I think it completes the objective. Obviously, if you're free to play, you want to just grind it out yourselves. It's not too bad. It's just really, really like boring and annoying. But generally speaking, for the most part, you'll be able to get through this entire event in probably an hour or less. So anyways, by completing that objective, you will end up getting the bee climber. The bee climber is going to end up being the event mount, which I'll show you that in a minute, because the last part of the quest wants you to mount up on the bee climber. So you just end up equipping this, and then there you go, you got the bee climber, which my headpiece is kind of going through it. But I mean, it's, you know, it's not like it's a bad event mount or anything like that. I kind of like it, and you know, all the bee themed stuff just always makes me think of Banjo-Kazooie. What can I say? But then as for other items, there's going to end up being the ally as mentioned, which has 8 movement speed, 8 jump. It's not just other creatures that have to worry about getting stung, because you'll notice that it's actually kind of funny. It's a bee wearing a beekeeper's hat. And then the only style that I've gotten is this helmet style, which is the beekeeper's hat. Again, I don't know if there's different weapons and stuff. There might be, who knows. This is the rare mount that I had mentioned, which is going to end up being a bouncing mount. And I like the detail on it. I'm not gonna lie, you know, the honey and stuff actually looks good. It's all translucent, and it actually has multiple layering to it. What is this guy doing? It has multiple layering to it and everything, and it looks nice, right? Was there anything else that I ended up having? There was another ally that I got earlier in the event. Let me see if I can track that down. That was the little waspider. So the waspider is dropped from the wasps, as far as I know. There is going to end up being the docile waspider, which, as far as I know from previous events, you had to craft this delve portal, and then you would end up getting this as a rare drop from the boss within there. I'm assuming that you can still obtain it in this event through the delve, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyways, that's going to end up being the ally, and then this is going to end up being the waspider mount. Okay, cool, whatever. Another little pro tip I gotta let you guys know about is if you're going into worlds and let's say you end up running out of spring flingers, one thing that you can end up doing is if you type /get world ID all as one word, it will automatically end up copying the world ID to your clipboard. And then you could end up going to the hub, buying more of the spring flingers, and essentially if you end up typing /go to world space and then you paste the world ID, you'll teleport right back to where you just were. It's a great little trick that you can end up using for many, many things. If you ever end up running out of potions or resources and stuff, you could just get the world ID, leave, get more, and come back. But with this event in particular, I thought that I would mention it just because I ended up running out of spring flingers while I was doing this event. And so I was right beside some beehives. So I wanted to leave, get more, and come back. Anyways, I think that's pretty much everything out of the Spring Fling event. There is going to end up being other videos that are from previous years that I'll try and remember to put a card in the top right. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I would appreciate if you would smash like stuff for more, buy the merch you want to support the channel. Oh, hi, Mark. Sayonara and stay epic, everybody.